Court does call the case of Homestead Commons versus Damon Guster.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Brent Dinger for the plaintiff.
State your name, sir.
Damon Quentin Guster.
All right, this is Mr. Guster. Okay. Where are we on his case?
Well, I did get a chance since the last hearing to review the ledger with my client. Right now, I've got $4,042.18, cost of $175 for a total of $42,17.18. And just for clarification, because I know he was unsure about this at the last hearing, Section 8 has been making their payments, so nothing went into abatement. Essentially, this is all because he hasn't made his tenant portion.
This case hits hard right out of the gate. We've got a Section 8 tenant, a landlord claiming nearly $4,200 in unpaid rent, utilities, and fees, and a defendant saying he spent 9 months hospitalized with a spinal cord injury. On one side, the math looks brutal. On the other, the human story is impossible to ignore. The question is, does hardship erase responsibility when the bills keep stacking up? Stay with us because the numbers, the misunderstandings, and the consequences only get more intense from here.
For a year and a half, almost, as well as all the utilities, which he is responsible for. And there have been a couple other additional charges, like a $500 bed bug charge in November, for instance. So that's basically where the balance is from. And there were late fees incurred as well because of the fact that he hasn't been paying his $188 a month tenant portion for nearly a year and a half.
You understand that, sir?
No. Because I've been in the hospital for 9 months with the spinal cord injury.
I'm sorry?
I said, I've been in the hospital for 9 months with a spinal cord injury.
Okay.
And
But
the doctor said if you want to, they can call him after you avail.
okay, I get that, but you understand that there was a portion you were supposed to be paying of your rent.
Yeah, I was paying $41 for rent, and I was paying $60 for internet, and I think it was $24 for water and something else.
Okay.
And I had the landlord.
I don't
Well,
believe he has his math correct, Judge, respectfully.
So how much do I have to pay then?
Your portion is $188 per month, sir, plus the utilities, which varies from month to month. And at times they're a significant amount of money. And there's also a late fee you incur when you don't pay that. So it's added up over time. I understand you're in the hospital, but that's why we're here today, unfortunately.
So how much is late?
What was
late
your
fees per month are how much, Mr. Do you have a two-tier or?
taking a look right now. Bear with me.
Yes.
$70.
All right.
How much?
70.
They got 190.
Well,
They've been charging. They said I got to say $190 for me.
Mr. Guster, here's the thing. If you haven't paid for 18 months, right, or thereabouts, and this doesn't even include the utilities, but if I just take the $70 late fee plus the 188, we're looking at $250 a month for 18 months. I'm going to get what, 20? Give me that. Just ballpark. 18 by 250. So that's going to be 9. It's going to be about 4,500. So just on that alone, without anything else.
This is a pivotal courtroom moment. the judge strips the case down to the bare minimum, rent plus late fees, and even without utilities, the balance still lands higher than what the landlord is asking for. That's a legal gut punch. In court, intent matters, but math matters more. When judges do these calculations out loud, it signals something critical. Even if some charges are disputed, the debt still legally exists. And here's the real tension. Once the numbers make sense to the court, the emotional arguments start losing traction.
You would owe $4,500.
What I'm trying to figure out is this, that
Pardon?
they told me all I had to pay was $60 for cable and 41 rent. And then it was like 27 or 20, 30 something for the utilities. I don't understand.
The utilities are more than that, sir. The only thing that you said that is correct, respectfully, I don't mean that to sound snarky or something, is the internet usage is $60 a month. But the utilities vary quite a bit. Sometimes they're almost $100. Like just 525, it was 91.35. So there's a lot of variance there, and sometimes it's quite a bit. And as the judge indicated, the fact that you've went this long not paying your portion plus the late fees has added up significantly. That's the problem.
Sir, have you sought any type of assistance to try to get this paid?
Yeah, we're working on it now, me and Pace,
Who?
my caseworker.
Where's your caseworker? Right here. You say you're working on it. What do you mean?
We're trying to get SOS. They're talking about, I've got to give them a copy of the ledger.
Hello. What's your name?
Alyssa Reader.
Okay.
Social worker at PACE. So PACE does not provide assistance with housing.
Right.
I've given Damon the numbers to call, and that's pretty much what I can.
What do you do? I got you.
So that's where we're at. I keep giving him the numbers, but he has to call.
Have you called over?
Yeah, and everybody, I called Mr. Thompson, I think it's Thompson Rodriguez at SOS Hall,
Okay.
waiting on the ledger. I just got the ledger when I was here.
Right. You got the ledger last time okay. Did you get that to him?
No, because I don't have the facts. I had to take it to Pace to hide in the fax at home. I only go to Pace on Thursday and Friday. So I gotta wait until next week to fax it to him, or she can take it to him.
What? Why do you have to wait till next week? You were here on
Last week.
December 12th,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so if you go there Thursday and Friday, I guess why wasn't
That
it
was
done?
Friday. That was last Friday.
Pardon?
That was last Friday.
I know, but
Today would be the day I would go to Pace, but I come here. I would have been able to fax it to him today, but we're here.
all right. So look, Mr.
But Salvation Army, they waiting on the fax too.
Okay, but they can't, because you can't like not just do it, right? I mean, you have to find a way to try to get those documents
To them.
to them. But it's been a week now
And I
and
can't,
they still don't have them. And so they can't even begin to do anything.
yes, I know. But today, I can give her the ledger. And she can take it to the office and fax it to him.
Anything else, Mr. Garcia, you want to tell me?
Yes, I just want to say that I apologize for the lateness and whatever, but I wasn't aware of nothing because they sent me the paperwork for it, and I didn't really understand why. Because Section 8 said they stopped payment due to the fact of the repairs to the apartment and them not providing me with the accessible apartment for wheelchairs. And I just,
Right, you told me that the last time and council checked into that. They didn't abate anything. They've been paying their portion. It's you that haven't been paying your portion.
and see, now that was supposed to have been what my brother was doing because he was my home care provider. And for some reason, I don't know, because he was supposed to take care of all that when I was in the hospital. And he,
Well,
This is where the case quietly turns. The judge confirms something crucial. Section 8 never stopped paying. That means the safety net was there, but the tenant's portion wasn't handled. Whether it was miscommunication, reliance on family, or medical absence, the law still places responsibility on the tenant. The court isn't questioning the injury, it's questioning follow-through. And here's the bigger question for you watching. Should personal hardship pause financial obligation, or does the system require action no matter the circumstances?
all right, regrettably, Mr. Guster, I can't.
so I just asked the court to give me a week to try to clear this up. I know
Well, that's fine, but I'm gonna give them a judgment because I don't have anything to try on this case. Because we checked it, you came here, I didn't make you find anything in writing. You gave us what you thought was the reason.
yeah,
They've checked into it, they provided a suitable answer saying that Section 8 is paying, it's you that haven't paid. When I look at their numbers, and that was what I was doing before, you dispute some of the numbers, but even if I just took the rent and late fees and just didn't even talk about your utilities, though. But if I just took that, you would have a higher number than what they're claiming at this point. And so when I take all of that together, there just isn't anything for me to try. You owe these funds.
Your Honor,
And then, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Judge. I'm fine with language in order. We can give him a decent amount of time, January 2nd or whatever, and I'm fine with additional language that if he vacates, the judgment will be set aside. I'm fine with that, if that's helpful to him,
Okay.
so he doesn't have a judgment on his record.
So you don't have a judgment against you. So that's what we'll do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grant them a judgment finding no tribal issue after hearing for the 42-17-18. And instead of being December 29th, I'm going to give you a little bit more time. If you're going to get to Hawk, you're going to do whatever, and maybe they can help you out. But a writ will issue January 5th.
That's fine.
could I ask if are they able to give me after I pay? Could I get a apartment where I can get my wheelchair through the doors? I can't go to the bathroom. I can't go to the kitchen.
Okay, sir, if you get this paid and you ask them for an accommodation, I'm sure they do what they would be legally required to do regarding an accommodation.
Because I've been asking them ever since I've been.
Well,
They have to wait till one comes. That's
well, there does have to be availability of the unit. All right, that's part of what it's all about too. All right, but at this point, the real issue for you is you got to follow through on your part to get to the agencies that might be able to assist you. And now you're going to have a judgment. But if you can get this paid off, they're willing to set aside or move out. Then they're willing to set aside the judgment so it doesn't hamper you trying to get into someplace else. So if you get out of there, then they'll set the judgment aside. They just need their unit back.
Fine with that. I'm fine with that.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
What was that date again?
January 5th.
So he has to either pay or vacate by.
Yes.
Also been in
That's all
order.
right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
In the end, the court grants judgment for just over $4,200 with a critical safeguard. If the tenant pays or vacates by the deadline, the judgment can be set aside to avoid long-term damage to his record. This case perfectly captures the collision between human hardship and legal responsibility. The court shows flexibility, but the obligation remains clear. Rent owed is rent owed. If you found this case as intense and thought-provoking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more real, jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I want to talk to her. All right. You take care.